It's art fair time, Ann Arbor, and I'm here with Dan Hedblum. He's a metal artist at the Summer Art Fair on South University. Daniel, tell me a little bit about yourself. What led you to being an artist, a metalsmith?
So, actually, before this, I was a carpenter, and my parents were artists. And long story short, eventually it kind of rubbed off on me, and my wife and I together got into creating the sculptures that you see in here.
So you and your wife became artists later in life then?
Yes, 2010 we started this, so we've been doing it 15 years already.
Tell me about your parents as artists. What kind of artists were they, and did their work influence you as you became an artist?
Absolutely, yep. My dad started off as a potter, and then my stepmom started incorporating copper into the pottery, and then they discovered like, hey, when you heat up the copper, you get all these pretty colors. Well, over a period of time, the clay went away, and it became all copper sculptures, and so they passed it on more or less.
They taught you guys how to do
Yes,
copper.
100%.
So you and your wife basically took a master class from your parents then?
Yep. And there's not very many people out around the country that do this the way we do it.
No, it's interesting when you talk to artists at the Ann Arbor Art Fair that you learn that a lot of this stuff is very unique to specific people, and like if you weren't around, that it maybe wouldn't even exist.
Yep. No, we get, people come in the booth and they're like, we've never seen this before. Like, this is so unique, and so it makes our work special. I love it.
The interesting thing, when I was walking by your booth, I was like, it looks like metal, but it also has like this wood sort of feel to it when you look at it in a way, like almost like this polished wood, but you can tell it's metal too. It's a cool effect.
Yeah, it has a warmth to it. So the colors that you see there's no paints involved. It's all just torch and grinding. I do the grinding and the sculpting, and my wife runs the torch. She's very talented with the torch.
So every piece is a collaboration.
Yep, 100%.
Talk about creating a piece, like how it starts. So even like something like this. So this is like a triptych or something along those lines. Yeah.
So when this starts, it's 3 separate pieces. They're flat. They're laid out. My wife, she'll draw it from the back. Then I take it, and there's parts on here that are raised. It's called I use a bead roller, so it embosses it. Then I do all the underneath all these colors is all these grinding. You can see the grinding effects with the lights. So I'll grind the whole piece in certain unique grinding patterns, and then it goes to her on her firing table. And then, so the colors, the yellows are super hot colors. The blues and the greens are a little bit, they're still hot, but a little bit cooler. And then pieces with reds in them are the coolest of the colors. So it's it's how long she's on the piece, and there's so many things that control the colors with the size of the piece, and so yeah.
Do you sketch? Do you guys create an idea beforehand, or is it just sort of fluid as it goes?
Both. Sometimes pieces, when we're at a show like this, you have hours of sitting here, and sometimes there's, if there's no customers, we're sitting in the back, and coming up with ideas. And it's the weirdest thing that'll give you an idea, like you just see a tree or a building or something, and you're like, I got, and when ideas come, it's fun. It's fun to create.
It's interesting how you talk about, because obviously I can feel the tree aspect. This is a sunset. This is like the beach or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you can feel something, but it's very abstracted, and it's like you have to think of everything in shapes.
Yep. So the sculpting that you see was me. I come up with it. My parents' work was flat. It was like this piece over here, where they're flat. They're wrapped around wooden frames, and I wanted to be the colors my parents get, and the colors you get from a torch are what they are. They're the colors that you see. We can't get any other colors with the torch. So I'm like, how can I make our work different? And so when I was a carpenter, I did a lot of curved things, curved walls, archways, and I brought that into our work. And it was the best thing I ever did.
Out of curiosity, what do your parents think of your guys' work? Because you guys are like an extension of their teachings.
I think they're very proud. They've since retired.
Yeah.
So they actually offered, we wanted to buy their business, but like, we're so busy. So there is someone out there that is still making making their work. Their work lives on. Their work is very different in feel. It's very Southwestern. So yeah, my dad actually come and did a show with me a couple of years ago. My wife couldn't come to the show, so my dad come and and I got on the sales spree. I was just selling, and he was like, "That's my boy."
Oh, it's so nice, even when you're older, to make your parents proud, isn't it?
Yep,
Do you have a website?
we do. So it's copperelements.info.
Okay, so you can come see Dan and Francis here at the Summer Art Fair for the next couple days, but you can obviously visit their website too and check out all their beautiful copper work.
Hey, this is Jackson with CTN Ann Arbor at the Art Fair 2025, and I'm here with...
Roxanne with carvedcoins.com.
And tell me, Roxanne, a little bit about the sort of artwork you do.
So I am a numismatic trench art traditionalist, and to put it simply, I take pocket change and turn it into tiny little pocket-sized pieces of art. It's an art that started during the Civil War, and back then soldiers would spend months using just whatever hand tools they had and their pocket change to make one coin at a time, and they called them love tokens. So I want to take that tradition, still honor the guys who did this before me by using only hand tools, but also make it new and modern by doing things like replicating somebody's signature on a coin from the year they pass away, or like, I don't know, your favorite superhero that I've never heard of. And then make them into fun stuff: bookmarks, keychains, golf ball markers, tie tags, even belt buckles made out of coins. It's just an old art brought back to life in a fun new way.
That's awesome. And how long have you been doing this?
I've been a full-time artist for 12 years now. I started when I had 6 minor surgeries on my spine and couldn't work my desk job anymore. And I really believe that out of tragedy comes triumph. So I thought that I couldn't work anymore, but I sort of just fell into this. And when I learned about how soldiers did this during the Civil War, it gave me hope and inspiration to keep going. Because if they can do this during the trenches of war, I can do it at an art show in a beautiful sunny day.
Sure, yeah, that's amazing. Very cool story of triumph there. And can you tell me, is this your first year at the art fair? Have you been coming?
So I was here in 2019 and then returned in 2021 and have been here every year since.
That's great. And how do you feel about the art fair? What keeps you coming back here?
Well, this is the biggest art fair in Michigan, so of course it's the biggest. It's probably the best. But the people here are great. There's a lot of variety. There's several different companies that run different sections of the art fair, so you're going to get everything from handmade, crafty kind of items to high-end art. So there's a huge variety for customers here.
Well, that's great. And anything else you'd like to add for the viewers out there?
If you're interested in carved coins, check out carvedcoins.com, and I'll be happy to carve you whatever you think of.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much. And that will continue with more from the Art Fair 2025 with CTN.
Olson Park is a 54-acre parcel that is jointly owned by the City of Ann Arbor and the Washtenaw County Water Resources Commissioner, located on the corner of DuVerin Road and Pontiac Trail south of M14. The site's main feature is a pond that was constructed to manage stormwater for the northeast area. This park has preserved existing natural features, including the wetlands, woods, the creek and pond, while providing recreational facilities, fields, as well as a dog park. The athletic fields and a large shelter with electricity are available for use by permit. A basketball court, a rock climbing playground, and swings are also located in the park. The park also features single-track mountain bicycle trails suitable for beginner and intermediate level riding, with some higher intermediate areas. A trail map is provided at the marked trailhead, including instructions for direction of travel on the trails and general rules for all who use the trails. During extremely wet conditions or spring thaw, help prevent trail erosion by avoiding non-paved trails. All trails within the park are open to multi-use. There is also a paved pedestrian pathway that loops around the pond. For more information, visit a2gov.org/parks.
Welcome to Ward Talk with our host, Bonnie Gabowitz. Each episode, we interview city leaders on the challenges, successes, and future of Ann Arbor. The mayor and 10 city council members share their insights on where we've been and where we're going. In that time, many changes happen, so tune in to War Talk every month to stay in the know. You can submit questions for our guests to ctn@a2gov.org, and we'll include your questions in the next episode.
Hi, I'm Mitch with CTN. Did you know CTN is available on both Android and iOS platforms for free?
That's right. You can find us on the Cablecast app. Just look up CTN and all your favorite local programs are right at your fingertips. But that's not all. CTN is also on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. If this is for you, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Then navigate to the About tab for instructions on how to set it up on your device. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can watch our live meetings and all of our CTN-produced programs at youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor. So come watch CTN, where we aim to connect, create, and communicate.
All right, welcome back. We are at the art fair at Ann Arbor, and today I'm joined by Valerie Walczak of Little Wolf Ceramics. Hi, Valerie, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about Little Wolf Ceramics.
Well, I've been doing this full-time for 10 or 12 years now. Didn't ever really expect to be a ceramic artist, but, you know, God has different plans for your life sometimes, and I enjoy coming to Ann Arbor. It's one of my favorite shows. So I do quite a variety, but I specifically do functional art as my primary focus because I want art that people can interact with. And a lot of the themes of my art have to do with hope. And when you need hope, a lot of times you don't see the beauty around you. It needs to be intrusive on your life. And so interacting and holding something makes you stop and think about it, which causes people to actually sometimes receive the hope they need they can't get other ways.
That's beautiful. So you want people to actually, you know, drink out of that or,
Yes.
you know, use that for like fruit or whatever, flowers.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. In fact, I sometimes wish I had a please touch sign in my booth because people often don't think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of daunting to walk up to an art booth and start touching everything, but, you know, when it's meant to be used, I guess that makes sense.
It's true. Yes.
So as you said, you didn't mean to be a ceramic artist. How did that happen?
Well, I was in a pretty tough spot in my life, and financially and other ways, and I had someone give me clay and a wheel and said, try this, it'll give you something to focus on, concentrate on. And I found out that it was a really good way to spinning clay cause my brain not to spin as much. And I wasn't planning on showing anyone any of my work, but over the course of the next year, people found out about it, and I had someone sign me up for a craft fair. And I ended up selling everything, and every time I went out after that, everyone said, you should be doing shows. And so within a few months, I was in art shows, and it just launched from there. I've fortunately been able to make a full living from the get-go, which is surprising as an artist, and I knew I would change my life. I didn't know it would also change my career. So it's been kind of an amazing thing.
That is amazing. That sounds like the dream, honestly.
It definitely was a big surprise, and I've enjoyed the ride.
That's beautiful. Something that you said that I wanted to touch about was the clay being kind of therapeutic.
Oh, absolutely.
Is that still true?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's partly in just the idea of my designs, and partly just working with something tactily. It's a very, any kind of art. I think it's like any craft when somebody is expressing themselves using their hands and creating something. It does wonderful things for your spirit, and it can give you centering that you just don't get any other way. So I encourage art of any variety, whether some people do it by pouring their words out. I do it by molding clay. So.
And what's your favorite thing to mold, if you have one?
I don't know that I have a favorite. I like experimenting with different techniques. You can see I do a lot of different styles of things. But through it all, I have the same theme in all of it is, whether my theme is defiant hope. And so it's different expressions of that. And I think I enjoy that as much, of finding ways to express that as much as I enjoy actually making a piece. I like making things light, I like making things functional, but I mostly like saying, is this communicating what I want it to communicate? And so when people walk into my booth and they say, oh, this makes me happy, they may not understand why it does, but I know it's communicated even before people understand the explanation. And that's satisfying for me. And so that keeps me enjoying working with clay.
I think one of the first things I said when I walked into this booth was that it was very cozy.
Yes.
And cozy makes me happy. So,
Well, there you go. There you go.
You're doing a great job on that.
Thank you.
So is there anything that you want to shout out to Ann Arbor?
Ann Arbor, I love it. I wish I would live here if I could. I grew up in a college town. It makes me feel like home when I'm here. And I enjoy coming back every year. And thank you this year for having decent weather.
Oh, well, that's so lovely. And do you have a website?
I do. It's littlewolfceramics.com. So.
Well, Little Wolf here at the Ann Arbor Art Fair.
Thank you.
Well, I'm Noor, here at the Ann Arbor Art Fair, just having a blast. I guess my favorite part is just childhood memories. Born and raised here, so coming every year, just having a good time. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Aisha. We're here at the Ann Arbor Art Fair. My favorite part of Art Fair is, the art. I think art is very important, and I think that it's great to showcase different types of art. I'm having a good time.
I'm Evie. I like the art fair because I'm an art major, and so it's good to see what other artists are doing now instead of just what's happening in history.
Thank you guys. Yeah. Let me give you a card.
Back, CTN at the Art Fair 2025, and we're now with the world famous Zingermans. We got Zach from Zingermans. Welcome.
Hi. I'm happy to be here. This is really exciting. First time we've been here as a full-on tent. We're really excited to be here and offer all of our tasty food.
First time, that's kind of crazy. Like, tell me, how was it years prior?
We're 20 years too late, right? I'm so happy we're here. We're just excited. We had the opportunity. We reached out to one of the art fair leads here, and they mentioned they wanted us to be here. We're like, well, why wouldn't we take that opportunity? We want to be here. Zingerman's and Ann Arbor, they're kind of like intermingled, right? You can't have one without the other. So we're just really happy to have 7 of our Zingerman's businesses all under one tent, from coffee to the Roadhouse to Miss Kim to the Bakehouse and many more. We got so many things here for everybody who wants to come out.
I was just going to say, what did you bring? But you just told us.
Yeah,
so pretty much everything, including the kitchen sink, is here under this tent.
Yeah.
What's the cellar? What's the hot cellar, though?
Hot cellar? If you're to ask me, the smashed potatoes are fantastic, and the chicken salad that we're making over at Zingerman's Roadshow, a part of the Roadhouse, has been selling like hotcakes right now.
Oh, very cool.
Very nice option, very nice light option. We also have heavy options like the barbecue options from the Roadhouse too. So a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I can smell it. It's good. It's almost lunch. I feel
I'm
it.
sitting in a pretty good spot for smells for sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, anyone you want to say hello to?
Nothing in particular. Just hope you all come down. I'll be here till 3, and we're here all week. I would love to see you all. It'd be awesome.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Zach.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll be back with more.
Woo.
All right, everybody, I'm Ryan, and I'm continuing the CTN coverage of the Ann Arbor Art Fair. I got Grant over here. Grant, tell us a little bit about yourself and your work.
Well, this is my first time in Ann Arbor, and I very much enjoy it. And my work is basically just a culmination of my studies and basically putting forth my kind of love and passion for painting where I travel and I paint. And so I paint predominantly kind of plein air, and then when I come back from traveling, I work on paintings in the studio.
Awesome. What is your primary medium or texture for your artwork?
Mostly oiled paintings is what I have here, but I also work with various other traditional mediums.
Awesome. So first year at the art fair, what do you think so far? How's that going for you?
I love it. It's wild. There's a lot of people. It's a lot more people than I'm used to, being kind of like a reclusive artist, you know.
Okay.
So it's taken some getting used to, but I think it's very much an enjoyable experience.
Well, awesome. And then how long have you been, I guess, a professional artist?
Well, I was kind of born into it.
Yeah.
Family of artists and illustrators, really.
Awesome. Very cool. And then where can people find you, learn more about you and your artwork?
I have a website. It's grantewood.com. And my Instagram, I guess, is grant.e.wood. And that's it.
Awesome. Anything else you'd like to add?
That's it. Have fun.
Awesome. Thank you.
If your dad was crossing, you'd stop. If your favorite Aunt Judy was crossing, you'd stop. If your high school biology teacher, Mrs. Jones, was crossing, you'd stop. If your next door neighbor, Dan, was crossing, you'd stop. Even if someone dressed in a chicken suit was crossing because you love chickens, you'd stop. In Ann Arbor, we stop for pedestrians at crosswalks. Period. It's the law.
The City of Ann Arbor has launched Ask Ann, a fully integrated and automated web chat assistant that helps people find information from the city 24/7. Ask Ann is built into a2gov.org, utilizing the technology behind large language models, or conversational artificial intelligence, which makes it easier for anyone to get quick answers to questions and find detailed information. Ask Ann understands and communicates proficiently in 71 different languages. To chat with Ask Ann, visit a2gov.org on a computer, tablet, or phone, and Ask Ann will appear on the bottom right section of your browser. Clicking the Ask Ann icon launches the chat window. Ask Ann also gives people the ability to message city staff if they can't get their question answered or are having difficulty. Want to know? Ask Ann.
All right, what's up, Ann Arbor? We're here at day 2 of the art fair, and today I'm joined by
Boris Kramer.
Yes, of Kramer Sculptures. And tell us what's going on here today, Boris.
It's the largest art fair in the country. So it's actually 3 different art shows that are simultaneously running. And I'm in the one called State Street.
Nice. And tell me a little bit about your artwork. What's going on here?
So my dad actually came to this show in the early 70s. He started as a sculptor, and I was a kid, 10 years old, coming around the show like this, and for many years, about 30 years he did it, and then I started in 2000, and I've been doing it for 25 years. So we're kind of like a mainstay set of artists to come to the show.
That's beautiful. And where does this art come from? Like, what is the inspiration? How did it come to be? I see like a lot of similar themes going on. Talk to me a little bit about that.
So Nelson Mandela was released from prison in 1990-91, and so we went over to South Africa, and the areas that were under apartheid were opening up, and so we went into this village, and they had nothing. They had no cars, they had no buildings. It was just huts, and we built a schoolhouse for them. And at the end of it, the parents came out and they did this beautiful song and dance, and we were 30 different people from all over North America, all different backgrounds, all different genders and nationalities. And we said, you know, let's help these people. And at the end of it, they did this beautiful song and dance, and it was this idea of connection. Didn't matter where we came from in the world, we could help children, make a better life for people. And I thought, how can I represent that feeling in that moment through my artwork? And so the figures are connected, they're joined, there's an energy that happens between them. They're individuals, but they're also a community. And so if you look at my work, it's all about lines that are connected, figures that are joined, you know. And my dad was the one that taught me how to work with the metal. And so I just used that technique to be able to create these beautiful symbols of love, connection, kindness. So that's what comes from.
Yeah, so talk to me a little bit about that metal. What makes this metal, you know, what about it is like drew you to use it in your art?
So my dad also had a motto, which was meaningful heirlooms, pieces that could be passed on from generation to generation. So these pieces are made out of materials that are non-corrosive. They're going to last thousands of years. And I guarantee all my work because of that. It's easy to guarantee it because I work in brass. So this material here in the yellow is brass. And we also work in stainless steel, bronze, copper, and then steel for the smaller ones for indoor use. And so what happens often is we'll take the brass and hit it with acid. So just like a copper roof, over time it will start to patina, and we do this using an acid and heat, and it creates a chemical reaction, creating these beautiful finishes on the material.
They really are beautiful. And how long does each piece take, you know, the whole process?
So a piece about this size will take me around 5 months from the time of order to completion. Wow. So I don't work completely on this piece at one time, but we have a group of guys, around 3 or 4 guys, that we work together. I do all the pinning up work, which is like tack welding. Then they do the final weld, sanding, and then the high polish finishing. I take care of that because that's more technical.
Now, you can tell a lot of effort has gone into this. Do you have a website that people could check out?
I don't have a website, but I have Instagram and Facebook, and it's Kramer Sculptures Inc., and it's with a K, not a C. So Kramer Sculptures Inc. And if you can follow us, that would be wonderful.
Be sure to drop them a follow and a like. And do you have anything else that you want to shout out to Ann Arbor?
Just, we love this city. It's always been one of our best shows, and this year is the same. So yesterday we sold a really large piece, so very happy with it.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And that is it for now, but we will see you soon back here at the art fair.
Thank you.